the James brand, the Barnes. So this is
Okay.
a limited edition, right?
Yeah.
Of course, it's already sold out at
True.
$1,400.
Automatically begs the question: would you pay $1,349 for a knife? That's not like a full dress one-off custom.
No, that's stupid because I would rather spend $1,500 on a watch when I have 10 watches already. It's like,
Yeah.
it's just like whatever, makes you happy, I think. Um, like clearly people did spend the $1,500 or 1350 or whatever on this.
James Brand has already kind of been known for being kind of like a boutique brand
Hmm.
and venturing into the luxury side of things, which kind of just means it's a bit more expensive.
Yeah.
You're
Is it
paying,
fair to say the James brand is like the Apple of EDC gear?
ooh, that's a tough one. It's one of those cases where if this is something that you like, if this resonates with you, there is a price to pay. If that's worth to you, then
The way you say that sounds so ominous. Like, how
there
dare
is a
you enjoy
price.
that? Yeah,
There is a
yeah, you will pay. You
you
will
will
pay if this is
the
your taste.
price will be extracted.
Yeah. There's no other option.
Yeah.
But maybe for people like where this doesn't resonate with them, they get the sticker shock, they don't get it.
Mhm.
And we don't even like James Brand, like we don't even have like a relationship to them necessarily, right? So how
Mhm.
can we try to like James Brand pill someone just for the sake of the argument, right? If we wanted to, and
Yeah.
say like this is worth the 1350. What I would say first is that um, you can't tell from this side, from like the show side, or even this side actually. Let me
Yeah.
try to find.
How I like to sell James Brand to people is take a look at all of their other stuff. They have a very distinct design language. It's a bit consistent and it's very unique. Not like, so it reminds me of how like Vero Engineering has their own design
Mhm.
language. We Knives have their own kind of design language. If it's a style, if it's kind of like a series of products that make sense to you, I think it could be worth it to you. This is one of the newer models from James Brand, and it's also a made in the USA one. And this is the
Mm.
superlative version of that. You know how sometimes knife makers always make a one-off version that has like the special carbon fiber scales, or in this
Mhm.
case, like the Damasteel or Damascus. So
Yeah.
Damasteel I believe Damasteel is a proprietary thing. It's a brand,
It's like a brand.
Damasteel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Damasteel. Yeah.
So you get much more consistent, elaborate patterns that are kind of designed. It still has that random pattern to it, but
Yeah,
you
you
can
can
see here
pick
it,
different
it
patterns
has a
from
much
Damasteel.
more consistent patterning to it. But I imagine that that's a whole chunk of that price, $1,350.
Right. So I did find the example of what I'm talking about. This is an integral titanium frame lock,
Right, right.
right? And here it even has like the carbon fiber onlay. But
Yeah,
basically, it's like they take a single piece of. It has to be grade 5 titanium. Yes.
sure.
Um, so you can
Yeah,
tell
yeah, that's great.
6AL4V. This is an alloy. Grade 2 titanium, which is cheaper, is like pure. So this is grade 5, and grade 5 is just like more performant. Um, pure titanium doesn't necessarily mean better, but that is like a difficult material to work with. So to be able to take like a solid piece of titanium and then build a knife around it, that's like one integral piece. That is like the appeal of some of this. I've seen like knife collectors commenting like, "Oh, I'm excited to get my first integral," and it's like the Barnes from the James brand.
Mm.
So I think you
And
have
yeah,
to
not
be,
not
yeah.
many companies are making integrals anymore, so that is
Hmm.
that is kind of like a superlative thing. I still want the Benchmade Anthem, which is like one of the all-time greatest integrals of all time of all time.
Yeah.
And
And
110 people have bought this, 5-star reviews. So there is
well,
something to be.
I think that's that. Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
probably across all these
yeah.
different
But I mean, but just even if the
variations.
base model people are happy with, if you're
Yeah,
willing to pay for that extra, like sauce for it,
yeah.
you know.
So I don't know. I think I just wanted to share this as not necessarily an example of like you need to buy this, and if you don't, like you have bad taste and like whatever.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah, this is definitely just like, hey, this is what some people like, and maybe we'll try to explain why that might be, even though we know it's not for everyone. We're not saying it
Okay.
is.
Okay. So I think a better example here is concept cars. They're not for everyone. They're kind of like proof of concepts just to show that yes, we can make a superlative integral with Damasteel, with all the
Mhm.
bells and whistles, like all the full dress, everything. It's not gonna, not not everybody's gonna afford it. It's not gonna be like in the price bracket or in the realm of value for a lot of people. But we
Mhm.
wanted to show that we could do it, and this is what it looks like, and it may be worth something to some people. So if that resonates with you, then it's worth something to you. So
Then you will pay
then
because
you
we don't
will
tolerate
pay.
high pace.
That's the name of this episode. You
Yeah,
will
you
pay.
you will pay. Okay.
You will pay.